Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome to day 1 of Maynia 2020. So today I'm gonna start my first Maynia project. This is by Brooks Books and it's the Heirloom series, and this one has 12 designs and it's all numbered, so I'm gonna go in order. And the first one is called Home. So it's a picture of a blue house with a white picket fence and a little garden with some sheeps. And this one has quite a bit of color, I think, but yeah, I'm not gonna do the called for colors. I'm gonna choose my own colors from my color and cotton stash. And this is the fabric that I'm using. This is a Zweigart fabric in 40 count. So I'm gonna go and choose my colors now. So I have all of the colors here, and I'll write down all of the names of the flosses in the description box below, but let me get this organized first. So these are the colors that I chose. So for the pink, I chose this, and I'll write all of the names down so that you can check them out if you're interested. And for the green arch, I chose this one. But I might have to find another lighter one because it calls for 2 different shades of green. And then this one for the fence. And then there's a little bits of yellow in the design, but I feel like this is gonna disappear because it's really close to the color of the fabric. But then I don't want the yellow to be too overwhelming, so I'll try this one out first and then decide if I want to change it or not. And then this is for the chimney. And then for the blue house, I chose this one, but I need another darker blue, so I'm gonna look at my other kitted up projects if there's a darker blue for the second color. And then this gray for the roof and the sheeps. So those are all of the colors that I'm gonna use, but the only thing is that I might change this yellow color. But if it doesn't really look bad, I might just keep it. So I think that's all of the colors that I need for this project. I didn't really refer to the called for colors, I just chose by looking at the cover photo. So I think I'm ready to start this now. I'm writing down all of the colors that I'm using into my journal so that when I come back to this project after Maynia, I can go back and use the same flosses. And I was going through my other kitted up projects and I found some flosses that I could use for my first Maynia start. So I'm gonna replace these, and then I have a darker blue color that I could use, and these will be all in the description box below. So I'm going to use these 2 greens, and then for the brown, for the chimney, and then this is the darker blue for the house. So the original chimney color was too pink, so I found a brown color that I like, so I'll be using this one instead. So for the green arch, I found 2 greens that goes well together and has some differences in tone. So this was my original choice, but I'm gonna use these 2 instead. So yeah, I'll have these in the description box, but also the ones that I'm replacing, just in case there's people who wants to know those too. So I think I'm happy with my choices. I really like all of the colors right now, so I'm gonna start stitching now, so I'll see you when I have some stitching to show you. So I started stitching the lightest color, which is the fence, and this is on 40 count, and this is not a hand-dyed fabric, so it's a little bigger than my other 40 count fabrics from Color & Cotton, but I think the coverage is still really good. So this is the color that I'm using for the fence, and it doesn't have that many or that much variegation on it, but I still really like it. So I finished the whole fence, and it looks really good so far, and this really didn't take that long. So I'm gonna go out for a walk and come back and stitch a little bit more. But I think when I come back, I want to start the arch and move up to the very top of the design. This whole thing is only going to be about 4 inches. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the fabric size, but I just want to see where the design ends. So I'll come back later and update you on my progress. I'm back to show you my progress. So I've been working on the green archway, and I stopped here, and this is the very top of the design. And I stopped here and parked my thread because I didn't want it to count. So I started the other side so that I could just connect later on. So these two are actually 2 different colors. Oh, not this one. These two. And I think it looks really good, and it looks almost identical to the photo picture here. So I'm super happy with that. So right now, I think I'm gonna take a break and do some other things, and when I come back, I'll work on connecting these 2 ends and then stitch like the garden, or spend some time parking. So I'll see you later tonight. So I just finished connecting the archway, and it was a really nice feeling when it matched up. It's like when you're stitching a border and it feels really good when it matches, like a puzzle piece. And then I did the heart in the middle, and this is the color that I'm using. And I was about to stitch this middle garden thing, and it's in a different shade of like dark burgundy color. So I pulled out my original choice for the chimney. So I'll stitch this with this color, and I might do the chimney with this color too because the symbols are the same in the chart. And I feel like this is supposed to resemble red bricks, so maybe this would look better than the brown that I chose. I don't know, maybe I'll start the chimney with the brown and also mix in some of the burgundy color to exaggerate the variegation. Yeah, maybe, I think I'll try that. So I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to check in real quick. So I spent some time parking and stitched the middle circle, and it doesn't look too pink or too red, so I think I could just use that color for the chimney. But I also wanted to try using the brown a little bit, so I parked the brown floss to begin the chimney. So tomorrow I'm going to continue with this one because I'm starting a new project every other day. So I have 2 days to work on each of my Maynia starts. So for day 1, I'm really happy with my progress. I got a lot more done than I thought I would. So yeah, I'm super happy with my progress. So that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. It is Maynia day 2, and I started a little late today, but I got a lot done. So I started stitching around 5, and it's 6:20ish. So yeah, I finished all of the part threads that I had. So the house is starting to form, and I also started on the sheeps and the garden. And for the chimney, I decided to blend. So I did the first diagonal stitch with the brown that I had, and I'm going to finish off the cross by using this. This is Redvelvt, and by blending those 2 colors, I'm hoping to see like a brick wall effect. And there's some beads in this design, like around the door and also in the garden, but I'm gonna do those at the very end because I'm not going to cut this fabric until I finish all of the projects. And I wanna use this Q-snap, and I don't want the beads to get crushed underneath the snappy parts of it. So yeah, I'm going to skip beading until I finish all of the projects. But I'm super happy with my progress, and maybe because this is on 40 count and also because this is a smaller design, I think this is stitching up way faster than my other projects. And I often get comments that it looks like I stitch really fast, and I think one of the reasons is because I don't really use my arms that much. I don't really know how other people stitch, but I don't extend out my arm that much. So I only use my arms, or I mean my fingers and my wrist to pull my needles. So if I can, I'll try to add a clip of how I stitch at the very end of this video in real time. I had a little clip yesterday that was fast forwarded, but at the end of this video, I'll try to add a real-time video of how I move my hands when I stitch. So I hope that kind of helps you. So I'm going to take a break now and do some other things, so I'll come back later with some more progress. I'm back to check in. I'm not really sure if I'll be stitching anymore tonight, so this might be my last update for this project, but I don't really want to leave park threads, so I might stitch a little bit more. Let's see how I feel later. But I did get a lot done, and I think I stitched about another, well, I can't really know for sure because I was going back and forth doing other things and stitching at the same time, so. But every time I stitched, I think I stitched about 15 minutes, and I did that several times. So, yeah, I'm really happy with my progress on home. I feel like I could definitely have some finishes during Maynia, because after I finish starting all of the 12 designs, it'll be the 24th, and then I'll still have another week left in May, so during that time I'm still only going to be working on my Maynia projects, so I think I'll be coming back to this at some point. I might even like work on 2 projects a day, starting from the 25th, so then I'll have an extra day for each project. And if I finish a project, I can move on to my other ones. So yeah, so tomorrow I'll be starting number 2, just in case if I don't come back for another update today. So number 2 of the heirloom series is called Love, and it's a quilted heart, and it's really cute. Super excited to start this one. But yeah, I'll talk more about this one in my next video. So I think that's it for this video. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and commenting. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. So I'm just quickly jumping in here because I did end up stitching a little bit more, and I finished the house and the trees on each side and the sheeps, and I also finished the round garden, the cross stitches at least. It has some beads in it, but I'm not doing that until I finish everything. And oh, for the sheeps, I needed another lighter gray color, so I used a color in cotton floss called Silverlining. Yeah, if I had another day, I think I could definitely finish this. But I'm gonna stop here, and tomorrow I'm gonna start on my second Maynia project. And if you're interested in seeing how I stitch, that video will be right after this. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.